Ball two minutes.
Ball two indeed. Well, it's Aussie watch for ball two, and I was looking through this week's performances by the Australians, and it's a real indication that the Australians are certainly making their mark, but by no means are they dominating like in years past. And there's not a lot of players from Australia in action regularly. So it's very different to in the past when many IPL clubs sought to really build a spine of Australian players. All right, looking at the performances, though, a great week for Glenn Maxwell. So my co-host will be thrilled to hear that.
Absolutely.
In a losing effort against CSK, he made 76 off just 36 deliveries with 8 sixes. Then in the next match, he was out for a first ball duck. They did win, and he did bowl pretty well in that game. And then in the match over the weekend against Rajasthan Royals, he put in a player of the match performance, smashing 77 of 44 deliveries. It was the innings of the match. And a great week for Glenn Maxwell. He's looking in good form. I also think it was a coming of age week for Cameron Green in the IPL,
Yep.
Paul. And I actually think, just sort of looking back, looking more broadly, that, we may look at India 2023, that, the Australian tour that preceded the IPL, and the IPL as being the making of Cameron Green, or the real turning points in his career where he's taken that leap from potential to realising it. Because this week, he was player of the match for the Mumbai Indians against the Sunrisers. Green made 64 not out of 40 deliveries and took 1 for 29 with the ball. And then in a loss to the Punjab Kings, he made a blazing 67 off 43 deliveries and took 2 for 41. So good stuff there from Maxi and Green, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really heartened by both of it. Look, I probably not quite at the point yet where I can go full circle after. I think I wrote Maxi off in the first show, and we got a bit of a listener complaint, which is probably fair enough. I'm now at the point almost of saying, well, this debate about Warner and Renshaw and Cameron Bancroft and whomever else, but maybe it should be Maxi into the Australian top 6 for the Ashes. Could do a lot worse. So yeah, but it's been. We'll come to my batting rankings later on, but he's surged into contention as one of the best batters in the tournament at the moment. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So Robert, I think you can fill in your bingo card there. There's one more. All right, now moving on through the Australian performances, Marcus Stoinis had a good week. He took 2 for 28. Against the Rajasthan Royals. That was a player of the match performance for him. It was a tight game. We're just talking about a tight game that Lucknow lost. Well, they did win a tight game against the Royals, and Stoinis bowled excellently. And then in that incredible loss to Gujarat, he took 2 for 20 as well. It's a good week for the ball with Stoinis, pretty quiet with the bat. All right, shock horror, Delhi. The Capitals got their first win of the week, and it was all thanks to Australia's hero, Davey Warner, 57 off 41 deliveries, a phenomenal knock. He held the innings together. The Capitals kind of fell over the line. So Warner continues his incredible run of half centuries in the IPL. Mitch Marsh failed with the bat and went for 12.5 runs per over in his spell in that match. So Mitch Marsh hasn't exactly set the world on fire so far this IPL. Matt Wade is not playing for the Gujarat Titans. That's a shame. Nathan Ellis has played a couple of games. Just okay, 1 for 40, I think, in both those games, there or thereabouts. And I would say, Paul, we spoke about Matt Short last week. He's kind of gone backwards. He's kind of, sorry, that's the bit of police trouble or something. But yeah, Matt Short's gone backwards this week. Hasn't really nailed his spot, and a couple of low scores.
Yeah, his overall record now is 90 runs at an average of 18 and a strike rate of 136. So, decent, but not quite as good. Yeah, Mitch Marsh hasn't been as good, but he's in the Ashes squad. So, yeah, you never know.
And just finally with the coaching, the Aussie coaches, can't forget them on our Aussie Watch segment. Well, Ricky Ponting got a win with the Delhi Capitals, and Trevor Bayliss's team, the Punjab Super Kings, are on 8 points and are right in the thick of it for finals contention. So that's the Aussie Watch. Cameron Green, probably the story for the week with those 2 all-round performances. And Geez, it's great to see. He's such an imposing figure in that big blue Mumbai uniform. It's him and Tim David next to each other. Pretty imposing pair.
Have you seen the TikTok with him in it that Mumbai have released? I don't know how Mumbai Indians are releasing TikToks, given TikTok is banned in India, but they are. It's just this one. It's not all that sophisticated, but it's Cameron Green standing there with an angle showing how tall he is, and he's having a bottle of water, and a fan says, "Oh, can I have it?" And he says, "Sure." "Can I have a sip?" And he says, "Sure." And he passes it down to the fan, and when the fan catches, he's like holding a 18-gallon drum of water, throws it back up, and he catches it.
I like that. And if you want to hear more about Cameron Green, I did a great interview with him on Cricket Unfiltered. Search it in our podcast feed. Lovely young man.